Kính chào các anh chị và các bạn. Cảm ơn các anh chị và các bạn như thường lệ lại dành một buổi tối với SmartA, và lần này là với trường Shannon College thuộc Đại học Galway, một trong đại học hàng đầu của Ireland. Ngành du lịch khách sạn vẫn luôn luôn là một trong những điểm đến ngày càng trở nên hấp dẫn với các bạn du học sinh, đặc biệt là khi mà cái ngành du lịch khách sạn đã vô cùng phát triển ở châu Á nói chung và Việt Nam nói riêng. Mặc dù đại dịch đã qua rồi và hiện nay thì ngành du lịch khách sạn đang quay trở lại mạnh mẽ và đang là một trong những cái nhu cầu du học rất mạnh của các bạn du học sinh. Vậy đi học du lịch khách sạn chúng ta có thể đi học ở đâu? Có rất nhiều điểm đến nổi tiếng mà các bạn đã biết đến. Và hôm nay chúng tôi xin giới thiệu với các bạn một điểm đến còn khá mới mẻ với các bạn. Đó chính là Cộng hòa Ireland, nơi được mệnh danh là hòn ngọc lục bảo của châu Âu và cũng là một trong những đất nước có nền kinh tế phát triển bậc nhất thế giới. Và đặc biệt là với trường Shannon College, khi học tại Shannon College các bạn sẽ được học ở trong một trường khách sạn thực thụ với mô hình là vừa học và vừa hành, nghĩa là các bạn sẽ vừa học và thực tập và vừa thực tập có lương. Với chính nhờ cái mô hình mà vừa học tập vừa thực tập có lương này, các bạn không chỉ có những trải nghiệm, những kinh nghiệm làm việc thực tế, mà các bạn còn có thể tính toán ra gần như là có học phí âm đồng, bởi vì lương thực tập của các bạn sẽ rất là cao, có thể bù cho rất nhiều cái chi phí học tập cũng như là chi phí sinh hoạt của các bạn. Và đặc biệt là những học sinh của sinh viên của trường Shannon College khi tốt nghiệp thì các bạn không chỉ là có bằng của trường khách sạn, mà các bạn sẽ tốt nghiệp với tấm bằng của Đại học Galway, một trong đại học hàng đầu thế giới do nữ hoàng Victoria lập ra vào năm 1845. Và ngày hôm nay chúng tôi xin giới thiệu cô Sarah từ trường Shannon College, trường quản lý khách sạn hàng đầu của Ireland, một trong top 100 trường quản lý khách sạn tốt nhất thế giới, sẽ giới thiệu với các bạn về chương trình cũng như là những học bổng ưu đãi, là chương trình học cũng như là cái cơ hội thực tập và đi làm trên khắp thế giới của Shannon College. Hi Sarah, thank you.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you.
Could you please introduce the Shannon College now?
Sure, absolutely. Can you see that okay?
Yes, clearly.
Brilliant, brilliant. So thank you very much for that introduction. So my name is Sarah O'Mahony, and I'm the marketing manager for Shannon College of Hotel Management. We are a college of University of Galway, which has just been mentioned. And in our college, we specialize in programs that are in business and hospitality. So that is the specialization we have. So I suppose to start, we might just talk a little bit about Ireland for those of you who maybe don't know much about Ireland as a country. So I hope most of you have heard of us at this stage. As you can see, we're just located right here. We're next to the United Kingdom, and then there's Europe all around here. And then if you go west of Ireland, the next stop is the United States of America. So we're in a good location in terms of being a central point between the US and Europe. So Ireland is known as the land of Céad Míle Fáilte, which is 100,000 welcomes, which is in our traditional, our native language, which is Irish. So I think that for that reason, that we are an excellent choice for anyone who is thinking of studying hospitality. So hospitality is definitely a part of our DNA in Ireland. Very much like the people in Vietnam, we're very welcoming people, we're very friendly people. So I think this makes us a very good fit for the Vietnamese students, because they fit in very, very well when they come to Ireland, because we have a lot of similarities. I mentioned that we have a traditional language, which is Irish or dhuelga, but the language that is spoken in Ireland, throughout Ireland, is English. So we are actually the only English-speaking country in the Eurozone. Again, this is a really good thing for Ireland, because it makes us a very big hub for business. This is one of the reasons why Ireland is chosen as the European headquarters for a lot of international companies, places like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, lots of different companies like pharma companies, IT companies, a lot of them have had their headquarters here in Ireland as their European headquarters. Because we're an English-speaking country, we have a lot of young, talented graduates coming out of university. So that is the reason they have put their headquarters here. For hospitality students, this means that there's great opportunities because our hospitality or our tourism industry is really booming. So people are coming to visit Ireland as tourists, but a lot of people are also coming to Ireland for business. So they're coming to visit these European headquarters, which means they need a hotel to stay in, a hotel to eat in, somewhere to have a conference. So it means that the hotel industry is really booming in Ireland. We are actually listed in GPI as one of the friendliest and safest countries in the world. So this is very important for somebody who is coming to study in Ireland, and particularly for parents that might be on this call, that this is really, really important, that you know that it is a safe, a friendly, and a welcoming country they're coming to. In Ireland, we're quite culturally diverse. We have people from all over the world that have come to Ireland and made Ireland their temporary home or their long-term home. And that's really good as well. So you'll see people from all over the world here in Ireland. People that come to study in Ireland can work part-time as part of their study visa. So it means while you are studying, you can work up to 20 hours per week. And then during holiday periods, so at Christmas and during the summer, you can work full-time hours. So there's a really good opportunity for students to earn while they are studying here in Ireland. In Ireland, we also offer a stay-back option for our international students. So if you come to study an undergraduate program in Ireland, you can stay in Ireland for an additional year at the end of your program to work. And if you come for a postgrad program, you can stay and work for 2 years at the end of your program. So again, another great way of you, I suppose, earning some money and also getting that really, really valuable work experience as well. When we're talking about work as well, important to mention is that in Ireland, we have a very high minimum wage when you look at the European averages. So in Ireland, if you are 18 years of age, you will earn, the minimum you can earn is €10.16 per hour. If you're 19, you can earn €11.43 per hour. And anyone who's 20 years or older, they would be earning €12.70 per hour. And this is the minimum wage. So this is the absolute minimum that anyone in Ireland can pay you. So it means that students really do have a great opportunity to earn quite a bit while they are studying with us. So moving on to hospitality and tourism. So in Ireland, the tourism industry is really diverse. And there's a lot of different reasons as to why people are coming to Ireland as a tourist, or maybe as a business person, or if you're holding a conference, there might be, these are some of the reasons why people choose Ireland as a place to host things like that. So golf is a massive tourism industry for Ireland. So people will come to play golf in our many, many golf courses. We have a very long history in Ireland, so people will come to see the culture, the history, the waterways in Ireland. Because we are an island nation, people might come for fishing, they might come for sailing, for water sports. Lots of people come just to see the landscape. So as you can see, it's a very beautiful landscape that we have in Ireland. So lots of things to see and really beautiful places to visit. People come for sports. We're very big into sports here in Ireland as well. The film and TV tourism is a very new one. So we have a lot of new films and things that have been filmed here in Ireland. So some of you might be interested in things like one of the more recent Star Wars films. They were filmed here in Ireland. Game of Thrones was part of it, filmed here in Ireland. So lots of different things that people like to come and see these parts of Ireland as well. But lots of different reasons as to why people come to visit Ireland. And this is what makes tourism one of our biggest industries and why it's so important to our economy. One of the other reasons why people like to come to Ireland is to visit some of our fantastic hotel properties. So as you can see here, we have a lot of really unique looking hotels. So what has happened in Ireland is that a lot of the old castles, the old estate houses have been transformed into really, really beautiful hotel properties. So as you can see here, some really luxurious 5-star hotels all over Ireland. And this one here, this one here is Cashel Palace. And we actually have one of our Vietnamese students is currently on her year 2 placement in this property right now. So lots of fantastic opportunities while you are studying. It's okay. Oh, all good. Okay, so just then to go back to talking about Shannon College of Hotel Management itself and what we do here in Shannon. So in Shannon, we have a number of different programs across all different levels of education. So we have an International Foundation Business Program, which is a pathway program for anyone who maybe doesn't meet the minimum entry requirement to go directly onto a degree program. We have 2 degree programs, so our Bachelor of Business Studies in International Hotel Management and our Bachelor of Commerce in International Hotel Management. And then we have 3 postgraduate programs, an MSc in Business and Hospitality, an MSc in Global Hospitality and Intercultural Communications, and an MSc in Hospitality, Performance Revenue and Asset Management. We also have PhD programs here as well in Shannon. So the full range of options are available here. And what I'll do is I'll talk you through each of these programs in a little bit more detail so you have a good understanding. And if there are any questions or if any of the SmartA team want to butt in, if there's anything I'm missing, or please do let me know. So the first program that we will discuss is the International Foundation Business Program. So this is a pathway program that is designed for any student who maybe doesn't meet the minimum entry requirement of their chosen degree program. So it would mean that they would come to study this program, which runs from September to May, and it basically will give them a pathway onto that degree program that they're interested in studying. This is a pathway onto the degree programs in Shannon College, so the 2 programs I mentioned earlier. It can be also used as entry onto the degree programs within our business school within the university, our School of Law, our School of Arts, the School of Social Sciences and Celtic Studies. So it can be used to go on to degree programs in these areas. The areas that are covered within this program are academic English, English for business, English for life, an introduction to business, an introduction to management, introduction to accounting, intercultural communication, personal development. So as you can see, it's quite a broad spectrum that you're going to be learning. But essentially, it is preparing you for the English language that is required for your degree program. It's also preparing you in the basics of the different business disciplines that you might be studying in your degree program. And it's also getting you ready for living and studying in Ireland. So it's a great opportunity for you to embed yourself in the Irish culture, in the Irish education system, and to make sure that you are fully prepared for the next stage of your studies. So when you get onto your degree program, that you're completely ready and you already know a lot about Ireland and a lot about the education system. So as I said, this runs from September to May. There's quite small class sizes for this program, so you get a lot of one-on-one attention. And the contact hours for this program are generally 22 hours per week. So it is quite an intensive program. It's definitely not a part-time program. It is really, you are going to work pretty hard, but it is to get you ready for that next step and to make sure you're fully prepared. And we've had some fantastic Vietnamese students go through this program and come on to our degree program here in Shannon, and they've really, really benefited from it. So that's the foundation program. Moving on to our 2 degree programs. So as I mentioned, we have 2 degree programs, a Bachelor of Business Studies in International Hotel Management and a Bachelor of Commerce in International Hotel Management. And both of these programs are very similar. They are a full business degree, so you are going to come out with a full business education at the end of both of these programs. But you're also going to specialize in international hotel management. So it's a really fantastic combination of both fields. So just to go through a little bit of the, I suppose, highlights of this program, of these two programs. They are quite unique. In this program, you are going to be studying in a very unique study environment. So our campus is quite small here. So we get to know our students very, very well. Our students get to know us very, very well. So you are going to, I suppose, become part of the Shannon family, which is really, really important when you do become a student here. In year one of the two programs, there's a very strong emphasis on practical learning. So if you're the type of person who likes to learn by doing something, then these practical hands-on skills will be really appealing to you. So you'll spend time learning how to do things practically, not just learning from a book. You're going to learn a lot of professional and soft skills. So learning how to actually interact with guests, learning how to interact with maybe fellow classmates, learning how to be professional in the way that you present yourself, learning things like interview techniques, learning about CV preparation. So lots of, I suppose, soft skills that maybe aren't taught in a lot of other programs that really, really prepare you for the working world. As I said, it is a full business education. So you have a qualification that is a business degree at the end of this. You also will benefit from our 100% employment record. So on these programs, since we were founded in 1951, every single student who has gone through these programs has had a job on graduation day. And that's something that's very important for you to think about. You know, of course, education is so important, and what you will learn while you're in college is so important. But obviously, at the end of the day, most people they're going to university to make sure that they have the best opportunities in their careers when they finish. And we can provide this employment record to our students. And of course, this is an industry that allows for worldwide travel. So if you are interested in seeing the world and living and working in different places, this is a fantastic degree program for somebody like that. So just to go through the course structure of these two programs. So in year one, our students are going to study 5 practical subjects. So they're going to study kitchen. So they'll do culinary in the kitchen. So we have two fully functioning kitchens here in the college. So you'll spend time in the kitchens, learning how to cook and how to prepare different types of food. You'll do restaurant service, so learning 5-star classical service in the restaurant. You'll do accommodation services, so learning about the housekeeping department and how that works. You learn about front office and IT. You learn about skills for work life, which is basically getting you ready for going out into the working world. You learn food science. And these are all really important areas that you're going to learn about the hospitality industry. At the same time as that, you're going to start your business modules. So you'll start things like your management accounting, financial accounting, quantitative methods, principles of management. And students then will also take a language subject. So you will either study English at this stage or intercultural communication. So it depends on the level of English that you come to us with, which one of those subjects you'll actually study. So that will be determined when we get your English language results. So that's year one. And year one is really getting you ready for the working world. Because year 2 of our program is a full 12-month work placement. So you're going to go to work in a hotel here in Ireland for the entire 12 months of your second year. So it is a skills-based training program. So you're going to work in between 2 and 5 departments within this hotel. And while our students are on placement, they are always paid. So it is a paid professional placement that you are on. And the salaries last year, the average salary was €23,500. So that's a really good, I suppose, amount to be earning as a trainee. And of course, then you're also going to be earning tips. And then there are some of our, actually this year, all of our hotel partners have assisted in getting our students accommodation for that year as well, which is really, really helpful. The placement is organised and managed by Shannon College. So we have a fully dedicated placement office here in the college, and they will be the ones to organise this placement for you. So you don't need to do that yourself. And it is developing your personal skills. So you're going to obviously learn lots and lots of things about the hotel industry, about the business side of the hotels, everything like that. But it is a great opportunity for you to grow, develop your skills, and also start to develop your CV so that you can start to, I suppose, plan your career path after college as well. So really, really great opportunity. Year 3 then is when our students come back to Shannon. And in year 3, they are really going to be focusing on their advanced business modules. So they're looking at things like their marketing, HR, economics. They'll continue with their rooms division management, their food and beverage management, but they're looking at everything from a more senior perspective at this stage. Year 4 then is when our 2 programs split. So for the students who are studying the Bachelor of Business Studies in International Hotel Management, they will stay in the Shannon campus, and here they will continue to do a broad spectrum of all the areas of business. They will also get the chance to choose elective modules, and those electives can be in a wide range of different areas. So it might be in things like advanced beverage studies, advanced culinary, hotel asset management, event management, public speaking, lots of different areas, but they choose the electives that they're interested in. For the students that are studying the Bachelor of Commerce degree, at this stage, they are going to transfer to the university's Galway campus, and there they are going to specialize in one area of business for their final academic year. So you might decide that you really want to study business and hotel management, but that you have a special interest in the area of finance or marketing or HR. This gives you the opportunity to specialize in that particular area for the final academic year. At the end of year 4 for both programs, all of our students then will go on their final work placement. So this means that at the end of your 4th year of studies, we will set you up in that first job. So you will work with our placement office throughout your 4th year, while our hotel companies that we partner with will be coming to the college or doing virtual presentations for our students. So basically what happens is at the start of your 4th year, the hotel partners will start coming to the college, you'll go to the presentations, and then you decide which companies and which jobs you want to apply for. This year we have 102 hotels on our placement list in 17 different countries. So it really is a very international work placement that you're going on. Most of our students are doing management training programs at this stage. Some are doing direct hire, so they might be hired into a particular role. But at the end of the day, it is up to the students which ones they want to apply for at this stage. And as I mentioned before, we do have a 100% employment record on graduation day. So this is something that I suppose happens because of this placement element. So a really, really great opportunity for students. The salaries range for this final year placement from €25,000 up to €50,000 last year. So starting out of college with salaries at that level is really, really impressive. And it's a really, really great starting point for your career. And we've also had many students over the years. We were founded in 1951. So this program has welcomed students from all over the world at this stage. And particularly some fantastic students from Vietnam who I'm sure would be very eager to talk to you if you are interested in applying. So moving on to the postgraduate programs, so our master's programs in Shannon. So we have 3 master's programs available here in Shannon. We have an MSc in Business and Hospitality, an MSc in Global Hospitality Management and Intercultural Communication, an MSc in Hospitality, Performance, Revenue, and Asset Management. So 3 different master's programs. I suppose just to talk a little bit in general about these master's programs, and as to why people decide to come and study their postgraduate programs here in Shannon. So we are specialists in hospitality and business education, and we have been in this field for 73 years at this stage. So we really do have a lot of expertise in this area. We have faculty that are experts in business, in hospitality, and also in research. So research is an area that our school is really developing on. We have a really strong reputation globally within the hospitality industry. And this is really, really important when you are, choosing a hotel school. You want it to be a hotel school that when you go out into industry, that it is recognized, and it's recognized with in a positive way as well. We have a very strong Shannon College alumni network. So our students, when they become a part of the college, they join the Shannon family. And part of that Shannon family is the alumni network. And this is an alumni network of nearly 3,000 graduates that are located on every continent in the world. So we have chapters from India to the Middle East to New York, Scotland, London, Ireland. They're all over the world. So really, really strong network. And this becomes a brilliant asset for you when you do go out into industry, for you, I suppose, making career connections. You're joining a campus that has fantastic student supports in place. So we are here to help you, and we definitely always keep the student as the center point of everything we do here in Shannon. We have fantastic academic supports and career supports here in Shannon as well. So if you need assistance with things like academic writing, or if it's developing your CV, things like that, we have fantastic supports here in Shannon. The structure of our program also allows for students to work part-time while they are studying their program. And this is something that the majority of our postgraduate students do decide to opt into, so they'll work part-time. We organize to have a career fair at the beginning of the academic year. So our local hotel companies, or maybe bars and restaurants, will come to the college to meet with students, to tell them about different roles that they're hiring for. So that's a great opportunity to pick up part-time work. Our classroom is quite diverse, with students coming from different parts of the world, which is really, really nice as well, and bringing different cultures and different perspectives to the course. And again, our campus is a very welcoming, very culturally diverse campus. And that's something that's really important when you are choosing a college. The people that are coming onto the program, we have such a wide range of people studying our postgraduate programs. Some who are coming direct from their undergraduate degree that have maybe a little bit of work experience, but not a lot. Others who may have 10, 20 years experience in the industry, who are coming back to reskill and just learn something new. So it is a fantastic mix within the classroom. And I suppose the way the course is structured really allows for a very good balance between study, work, and your social life as well. So just to talk you through the structure of these programs. So each of our master's programs are 1 year in duration. So they are 1 year in duration. So they are broken down into 3 semesters. So semester 1 contains 4 modules. Semester 2 contains 4 modules. And semester 3 is when you have the option of choosing your own pathway. So if you are studying the MSc in Business and Hospitality, in semester 3, you can do a business consultancy project and summer school. If you are doing any of the other programs, you have 2 options. So you can just do either the paid internship or the research thesis. Whereas if you're doing the MSc in Business and Hospitality, you can choose any of the 3 options in the 3rd semester. So just to talk you through what these 3 options are. So the summer school is basically when you will choose 3 topics to specialize in, and you will do an intensive program that will last for 1 to 2 weeks. where you will do a deep dive into into these areas that you have chosen to specialize in. The business consultancy project then is the second part of that option. And that is basically allowing you to work with the local company to develop, I suppose, a brief for them. It might be working on an issue that they're having. It might be that they have a marketing problem, or they might have something that they want you to work on a consultancy basis for them to resolve the issue, or to help resolve the issue. So really good option to get out into industry and really work with another company, work with a company. The research thesis is exactly as you'd imagine. You will choose a topic that you're interested in, and you will basically gather data. You'll come up with theories and concepts. Then you'll start to do some more research, get some data that you can analyze. And then you'll work with your supervisor on developing then your thesis. And that is a very popular option for those who are interested in research. The most popular option is our internship option. And this is a 3-month paid internship. The majority of students do this placement or this internship in Ireland. Some have gone to other countries, but generally it happens in Ireland. It is organised and managed by the placement office here in Shannon College. And it is a fantastic way for you to get an introduction into the hospitality industry here in Ireland. And if you do plan on staying on to work in Ireland afterwards, this is a really good way to get your foot in the door of a hotel or of a hospitality company. A number of our students from this cohort have finished their 3-month internship at this stage, and they have already been asked to stay on a full-term basis with their companies. So really, really good opportunities for that if you do make a really good impression and work hard while you are there. So now just to move on to the application process for both for undergrad and postgrad. So if you are applying for an undergraduate program in Shannon, obviously the guys in SmartA will be able to assist you with this part of the process. So it is free to apply for a foundation program or a degree program in Shannon. You simply download our application form and return it to our admissions officer, Miss Joan Markham, and she will review the application form and get back to you to let you know if you are eligible to apply for the program. If you have met the entry requirements, then Joan will organize an interview with you, which will usually take place on Zoom. So the interview is a chance for you to get to know us, but it's also a chance for us to get to know you and make sure that this is a program that is really suited to you and that you've done the research and that you know exactly what's involved in the program. The IELTS requirement for our foundation program is a minimum of 5.0. And for our degree program, it is a minimum of 6.0. So that's important. And the fees for 2025, the foundation year fees is €13,000. And for the degree, for the entire degree program, it's €49,650. And I will share an updated copy of our fee sheet, which will give you a breakdown of what these costs are per year. And it will also give you a breakdown of what the salaries are for the second year and the final year placement. So you'll see that when you look at the comparison between the fees and the actual salaries that you can earn, that you actually have the opportunity to earn more than you are paying as part of the programs. For postgraduate applications, these will go through the University of Galway's online application portal. For our postgraduate applications, there is an application fee of €35. And that will allow you to apply for 2 different programs within the university. So that €35 covers 2 programs you can apply for. Again, if you are eligible, you will be contacted to set up a Zoom interview. And again, that is to get to know you, to make sure you know what's on the program and what's involved and everything like that. The entry requirement is a 2nd class honours degree in a related field. We can also accept degrees that are from a different background once you have work experience or that you can kind of explain to us, you know, what it is, why it is you're planning to go into the hospitality field. So we will take, I suppose, past work and past learning into consideration. The IELTS requirement for the postgraduate programs is a 6.5 in IELTS, and the fees for the postgraduate programs is €19,000. Finally, then, as well, just to mention that when you come to study in Shannon, it's not all about, I suppose, the academics and the hard work and everything like that. We also would want you to become a part of the, I suppose, life here in Shannon, and, you know, to get involved in the fun and the more exciting activities that happen that aren't academic. So we would love you to become a student ambassador and get involved in the different activities that we do as part of that program. We would love you to join some of our many clubs and societies that happen. We'd love you to get involved in our cultural events, our sports events, different social events. Our students often will also get involved and take part in lots of different international competitions. Lots of our students are involved in volunteering. So there's loads of different things that you really can get involved in. And we hope that when you become a part of the Shannon family, that you would really get engaged with that and enjoy the stuff that's outside of the academics. Also, just to give you a little glimpse of the different hotel companies that we've been working with over the years. So when you look, you can see that we really are working with some of the best hotel groups in the world. And these are really show you the range of opportunities that are there for our students all across the world and in some really, really fantastic properties. We are in the process of finalizing our 2025 prospectus. Our older ones are still up there, say from last year. So you do want to scan this QR code to download the old prospectus, you can. The new prospectus will be available from the start of September. So we'll have uploaded that in September if you want to hold off and get the new version. These also are some contacts that you might want to take a photograph of this screen. It might be useful to have. So you can see this is my email address here. This is Joan Markham's email address, our admissions officer. David O'Donovan is the program leader for our undergraduate programs, and Lorraine Kavanagh is the program leader for our postgraduate programs. And the other thing that I would suggest is, if any of you are on Instagram, we would love for you to follow us on Instagram. It's at Shannon College 1951. And I think that is a great place for you to start to get to know Shannon. Our students are very, very involved with our social media. So you'll see lots of input from our actual students themselves. And I think it's a really good place to start to learn a little bit more about Shannon. And I'm very excited to be joining SmartA with their events that they'll be having across in Hanoi in October. And hopefully I'll get a chance to maybe meet some of you in person when those events are taking place. I am more than happy to take any questions that anyone does have. And if there, I see there's a couple coming into the chat there that I'm very happy to answer as well. So yeah, if there's, would you like me to go through the questions, or maybe I'll hand back over to.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Vừa nãy thì cô Sarah đã có một phần trình bày khá ngắn gọn về trường Shannon College, cũng như là những cái ưu thế khi mà các bạn học ngành du lịch khách sạn tại Shannon College và tại Ireland. Ireland còn hơi lạ tai với các bạn một chút, thế nhưng mà bản thân Galway cũng đã từng là thủ đô văn hóa của châu Âu, và Ireland là hòn ngọc lục bảo của châu Âu, cũng là nơi thu hút rất nhiều khách du lịch, đặc biệt là khách du lịch từ châu Âu và khối Bắc Mỹ, và ngày càng phổ biến với cả khách du lịch Việt Nam. Thế và bây giờ thì đến lúc mà mọi người có thể đặt ra những cái câu hỏi và cô Sarah sẽ trả lời. Mọi người có thể giơ tay và hỏi trực tiếp, trao đổi trực tiếp với cô Sarah, hoặc là mọi người nếu mà mọi người ngại thì cũng có thể là đặt câu hỏi vào trong cái phần chat box và cô Sarah sẽ trả lời ạ. Mọi người có thể đặt câu hỏi bằng tiếng Anh cũng được, bằng tiếng Việt cũng được. Nếu bằng tiếng Anh cô Sarah sẽ trả lời trực tiếp, còn nếu bằng tiếng Việt thì em sẽ dịch sang ạ. Em xin cảm ơn. Hi, Sarah. We have some questions here. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
First, about internship.
Yes. So I'm not sure what the first one means. But the second one in terms of internships, if you mean do you mean for postgrad or for undergrad? For undergraduate placements or internship, we do have opportunities for students to go to the US. Generally, this would be you would be signing a contract with the company, and they would then they would be the ones to assist you with the visa process. And they would be, I suppose, assisting you go through all of that part of the process. For the postgraduate internship, the US most likely would not be an option because it is only a 3-month placement or an internship. So it can be a little bit tricky to go to the US for such a short period. For undergrad, yes. For postgrad, in some circumstances, really depending on but what I would say is that the students really have to work with the placement office, outline what their wants are. The placement office will work with them as best they can to achieve that. But with the postgrad internship, because it is a short placement, it's generally in Ireland or maybe in different parts of Europe, but mainly in Ireland. For accommodation, so we have accommodation.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So, could you please introduce more? I think that the student want to ask about how Shannon College support the student to get internship.
So it's fully organized by the college. So we have a placement office here in the college that has 3 people working full time in placements. So for our undergraduate students, basically they will work with them throughout their first year. Then they will set them a place within the hotel. So they will be the ones to assign them to a particular placement for their year 2 placement. For their final year placement, it is up to the student. So our hotel partners will come, they'll do presentations for our students, and then our students themselves decide which companies they actually want to apply for. So the final year placement, it's completely up to the student where they want to apply for. For postgrads, what we do is they are invited to meet with the placement office on a number of different occasions throughout their first and second semester. At that stage, they're going to go through their CVs with the placement office. They'll go through what their interests are, what it is that they want to get out of the internship. And then the placement office will work with them to get something suitable for them. As I said, that is a shorter placement. It's only 3 months. So generally that happens here in Ireland.
Okay, thank you.
So the next question is about accommodation. So we do have accommodation for all of our foundation students and our year 1 undergraduate students. So they will stay in the accommodation that is about 10 minutes from our campus. It's called Bunratty. So all of our year 1 students will live there together. For postgrad students, we do reserve a small number of beds in that same complex for postgrad students. And we also support any other students that are looking for private rental accommodation, maybe in different locations. So we will help the students to find appropriate accommodation at postgrad. But for undergrad, we will organize it for them. Once they accept their place in Shannon, we will automatically assign them a place in the student accommodation.
So how about the cost, the living cost and the cost of accommodation in Shannon?
So this year the accommodation is €90 per week, and that's for a shared room. So that's the cost for this year. For a single room, it was €150 per week, but we had very, very few single rooms available. So it can be quite competitive here in Ireland to get accommodation. So €90 per week is what most of the people are paying in the accommodation. Yeah.
Nearly 400 per month.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So including bills or not?
So there's then an additional cost for bills, which they pay at the start. And the additional cost will cover their electricity, their heating, their bins, their Wi-Fi. So they pay that at the very start, and then the costs are taken out as the time goes on. So if they are careful and not using too much energy and things like that, it should just come out of that initial cost that is taken from them.
Yes.
Yeah. See here so there was a question about more about the salaries. So as I mentioned, I will send a follow-up document with our international fees for 2025, and that will give us a breakdown of exactly what the fees are, and it also gives an outline of exactly what the salaries are for last year as well. So I'm sure that the team in SmartA will be able to share that with you as well, so you'll get a good understanding of that. So my daughter is studying grade 11 in Vietnam. Can she apply for the foundation program after grade 11? We would have to see what she's studied. We'd have to review her case to see exactly what she has studied so far. Generally, we would want the student to have completed their 12th and then come on to the foundation program. But we are always open to looking at a student and looking at what they've studied so far, to see what the best option for them is. Generally, we would prefer if they have completed their high school. Yeah.
Hey, Sarah, but do you remember last year we offer a student from
Yes.
who complete year grade 11 the offer?
Yeah.
Nice
So
student.
yeah, well, it's I suppose it just we would need to see the
Yes.
details of the student. So it wouldn't be, not every student would be eligible to come direct from grade 11. So we just need to see exactly what they're studying and everything like that. So Joan would be the person who would review that, and she would look at the students', I suppose, academics so far, and then she'd be the one to decide if it's possible to go direct. So if your daughter is currently in 11th and would like to have a conversation, we'd be more than happy to chat with you and your daughter to see if it is an option for her.
Sorry, 1 minute for me. Chị Hà Anh ạ, tức là thực ra thì trường sẽ xét dựa trên cái kết quả học tập cũng như là tiếng của các bạn. Thì tất nhiên là các bạn học sinh mà học hết lớp 12 thì sẽ dễ dàng để nhận được vào cái khóa dự bị hơn. Tuy nhiên thì là nếu mà bạn có kết quả học tập tốt và cái ngôn ngữ của bạn tốt thì trường sẽ phỏng vấn từng bạn. Tất cả các bạn xin học ở tại Shannon College đều sẽ phỏng vấn. Nếu phỏng vấn bạn qua được cái vòng phỏng vấn tốt thì bạn vẫn hoàn toàn có thể là hết lớp 11 bạn đi học dự bị tại Shannon được. Bởi vì là các bạn sẽ không chỉ có cơ hội khi mà vào Shannon College thì bạn không chỉ có cơ hội học tại Shannon College mà bạn sẽ vẫn có thể chuyển đổi, nghĩa là có thể chuyển sang học cả ngành khác ở đại học Galway. Thế cho nên là trường sẽ vẫn phải rất cẩn thận để khi mà tuyển các bạn, nghĩa là hết lớp 11 các bạn vẫn có thể đi học học dự bị tại Shannon nhưng sẽ cần phải phỏng vấn ạ. Okay, thank you.
So the next question is, I'm a third year student majoring in tourism and hospitality. Can I transfer credits? Yes, we do have an option for credit transfer. Again, we would have to look at this on a case by case basis. So the option for credit transfer is that you would transfer into year 3 of the degree program. But we would need to see a full breakdown of what you have studied previously. So we would need to see exactly what your previous studies have been. And then once we can see that you have covered all of the same areas as our students, then there is definitely an option to transfer into year 3 of the program. So you would do year 3 and year 4, and then you would go on and we would still set you up in that final year placement. So we'd still set you up in that first job. So yes, that's definitely an option, and we'd be delighted to go through your transcripts and look at exactly what you've studied so far to see if that's an option for you. And again, I'm sure that the guys in SmartA will be able to help you with that as well. What kind of support services are available? So we do have a student welfare officer. We have a student counselor. We have academic supports in our library team who help with proofreading, with academic writing workshops, with all sorts of things like that. We also offer tutorials to students as well. So there's extra classes that are offered for students to just get an extra little bit of help with different modules that maybe they're finding a little bit more difficult. We also have a mentor system here in Shannon as well. So you will be partnered with a more senior student when you start to make sure they can act as your big brother or sister when you come here to Shannon. And we are trying to develop a new additional mentor system where you would be buddied with a staff member as well that could be your mentor as well. Each of our classes also has a class tutor, which means that each class has a person who is their, say they become nearly their mum or dad when they come to the college. So each class has a staff member who looks after their class as a whole. And then there's also the class patron. So for our undergraduate programs, every class has a class patron, and that is a person who is an expert in the hospitality industry, and their class is named after this person, and they become a real mentor to them as well. So there's fantastic supports here in the college. We are smaller, so we are a close-knit community, so we get to know everybody very, very well and help support each other. Details about the dorm. So our accommodation is located 10 minutes from the college, and then there is bus services available to get students from the accommodation to the college. And then there's public buses or there's taxis to go back to the campus or to the accommodation. As I mentioned before, the rental cost is €90 per week at the moment for a shared room, and it's located in a place called Bunratty. So it's a small village where a lot of students are living at the moment. So it's a really nice location, and it's located between Shannon itself and Limerick City. So Limerick would be the closest city to the college. So students have the option of coming to Shannon, which is a smaller town, Bunratty itself, which is even smaller village, and then they can also go into the bigger city, which is Limerick. So that's where they are. They're all 3-bedroom houses that our students are renting. So students will have in the accommodation, they'll share kitchen and living room and a small garden with their housemates as well. And it'll have full cooking facilities like an oven, microwave, fridge, all of that kind of thing. So yeah, so fully self-contained, yeah. So the advantages of studying hospitality in Ireland or your school versus Switzerland. I suppose there's lots of reasons why I think Ireland is a great option. I suppose one of the big things is that we are an English-speaking country. So it means that you're not studying in one language, and then when you go outside of university, everything else is in another language. So that's something that makes it a little bit easier on the student if they're not trying to learn maybe some French or some German as well. We also have some fantastic hotel properties. So I think a lot of people, they think Switzerland has the best hotels in the world and that's where everybody should go for hotels. But we have some absolutely fantastic properties here in Ireland, a lot that have been voted best hotel or best resort in the world on numerous occasions. So the opportunities for working in amazing properties are definitely here in Ireland. The way that we approach hospitality education, I think, is a little bit different. While we would have been based originally on the hotel school or the Swiss hotel schools model, I think we have developed a little bit since then and changed things around a little bit. And I think we very much focus on the hospitality industry being a business. And we really focus on students getting that experience in, you know, from a business perspective and not only from the hospitality perspective. And of course, something that has to be mentioned is the price. You know, we are giving you the opportunity to study a 5-star degree or master's program, but it's just not quite as expensive to do it in Ireland. And also those opportunities to earn while you study. Excuse me. Are very, very good here in Ireland. So yeah, there are lots of reasons why I think Ireland is a good option. But they're just a few of them. I'm not sure.
The next question is in Vietnamese, so I will translate. Về câu hỏi vừa nãy thì là có một chị hỏi, hoặc một bạn hỏi về cái việc so sánh về học ngành du lịch khách sạn tại Ireland và trường ở Thụy Sĩ. Thì thực ra thì cái mô hình trường khách sạn ấy mà có vừa học và vừa thực tập thì là một trong những mô hình nổi tiếng nhất thế giới rồi. Tuy nhiên ở Ireland thì như cô Sarah có nói rằng là các bạn sẽ học bằng tiếng Anh và ra ngoài mọi người cũng sẽ nói bằng tiếng Anh, vì Ireland là đất nước nói tiếng Anh. Nó là nước lớn nói tiếng Anh duy nhất trong Liên minh châu Âu hiện nay. Cho nên các bạn sẽ có thể học hoàn toàn tiếng Anh và cũng như là sống và làm việc hoàn toàn bằng tiếng Anh, mà sẽ đỡ bị ảnh hưởng bởi thêm một ngôn ngữ khác nữa. Tức là các bạn cũng không nhất thiết phải cố gắng học thêm một ngôn ngữ khác nữa để các bạn có thể làm việc tốt. Và ngoài ra thì trường Shannon College cũng cho các bạn cái cơ hội được thực tập và làm việc không chỉ ở Ireland mà rất nhiều quốc gia trên thế giới. Đặc biệt là với những cái bạn mà thích đi những cái nơi mà kiểu như khối Bắc Mỹ chẳng hạn, thì Shannon College có mối quan hệ rất là tốt với cả các nước ở khối Bắc Mỹ, đặc biệt là nước Mỹ. Bản thân cô Shannon ngày trước cũng là sinh viên của trường Shannon College, và cô cũng chia sẻ rằng là cái kỳ thực tập cuối là cô thực tập ở New York. Thế cho nên là Shannon College sẽ mang lại cho các bạn cái cơ hội để mà các bạn có thể thực tập ở rất nhiều quốc gia. Về câu hỏi tiếp thì mình xin phép bạn Thủy Tiên nhé, mình sẽ dịch câu hỏi. Miss Thủy Tiên want to ask about the academic entry requirements for Master in Business and Hospitality. Do you need a hospitality background or experience? She has just graduated from English program.
Okay.
So it is
Okay.
so is she eligible for the program?
Does she have any work experience in the industry?
Sorry?
Does she have any work experience in tourism or hospitality?
No.
Okay.
She has just graduated from Bachelor of English.
Okay. I suppose we'd probably need to get a little bit more information on I suppose what we would really want to know is why she's thinking of changing her mind. So I'd probably organize for her to have a conversation with the program leader. And I suppose she would want to understand the reasoning for wanting to shift from an English to a hospitality. And then also I suppose it's to get an understanding of exactly the things that are going to be taught on the program, to make sure that this is a good fit for the students. So I suppose she would probably need to meet with the program leader to see if there is. So technically it is a degree with in a related background, but we would often take like work experience or something like that into account. But if she doesn't have any work experience, it would be a little trickier.
Yeah.
So she'd have with the program leader on that one.
Bạn Thủy Tiên ơi, bạn có hiểu những gì mà cô Sarah trả lời không? Tức là thực ra là với Shannon College thì họ sẽ phải cần với mỗi một học sinh họ đều có phần phỏng vấn, nghĩa là họ sẽ phải trao đổi kỹ với em vì lý do tại sao mà em lại lựa chọn chuyển từ ngành ngôn ngữ Anh sang ngành du lịch khách sạn, học thạc sĩ về du lịch khách sạn, và họ sẽ phỏng vấn em rất kỹ để họ hiểu được cái việc là em chuyển, cũng như là cái kinh nghiệm của em có một chút nào kinh nghiệm liên quan không. Đó chủ yếu là sẽ hỏi phỏng vấn về để biết là em có phù hợp cái việc là em đi học thạc sĩ không. Thế còn họ sẽ không đưa ra một cái câu trả lời rất chính xác ngay bây giờ là yes or no, bởi vì Shannon College họ không dạy theo môi trường theo kiểu dạng như là rất đông sinh viên, họ sẽ dạy rất tập trung vào từng sinh viên. Đó cho nên là tất cả nó sẽ phụ thuộc vào cái việc là họ sẽ phỏng vấn em. The next question.
So the second one is about job opportunities in Europe and Ireland after graduating. So as I mentioned before, we do have a 100% employment record for our undergraduate programs. And then I suppose just speaking generally on employability here in Ireland, the hospitality sector at the moment is very much under-resourced. There are jobs available all the time in all different, I suppose, levels of the hospitality industry, in all different parts of the hospitality industry. So there are lots and lots of job opportunities here after graduation. As I said, for undergrad, we do have a 100% record. For postgrad, as I said before, a lot of our students from last year who did the internship module for their third semester have actually been asked to stay on. So so it's in a really good position in terms of the opportunities for part-time work, or sorry, for full-time work after you finish the program. I just see here, so I don't have experience in the hotel industry, but my family own a hotel. Yeah, I think in reality, you'd have to have a conversation with the program leader to see, like, you'd have to arrange to have a call with the program leader, which we can arrange. And then she would be the one to decide whether it's possible, because you have no experience and it is a completely unrelated degree. The program leader would have to make that decision. Is the interview difficult? Well, I suppose it's not difficult, but we would expect that you have an understanding of what's involved in the program that you've applied for, that you have an understanding of where we are in the world, that you can tell us why you want to study a program like this, that you can talk about your previous experience if you have any. It's not difficult, but we would expect you to do a little bit of preparation before you come on to the interview. Yeah, and it's very important, because we can't give you an offer unless you pass the interview. So it's definitely worth putting a bit of effort in. So during the 21 months of internship, will students be able to choose the environment for their internship, or will it be assigned by Shannon? So for your year 2 placement, it will be assigned by the college. So the placement office will decide where you go on your year 2 placement. They have been working with these hotel companies for many, many years. So they will have a very good understanding of what your abilities are and what your strengths are. Plus, they will have a very good understanding of what the hotel company is looking for and what their requirements are. So they will match you with a very suitable hotel. For your final year placement, it is completely up to you which ones you apply for. So what happens is our hotel companies, as I said, will do presentations. You decide which companies you want to apply for and what roles you want to apply for. And then you will go through the interview process. So basically, the hotel companies, if you put your CV forward, they will shortlist some of the CVs. They will decide, yes, we want to interview these students. And then you will go through the interview process. So these hotels could be in lots of different parts of the world. They can be in lots of different types of hotels. The roles that they're offering can be completely different. So some of them could be more operational. So it might be like a food and beverage based management training program. It might be rooms division. Others, it might be specifically within finance or specifically within marketing or sales. So there's loads of different things that you can choose from at that stage.
Okay. Danh ơi, Danh đã hiểu chưa? Danh đã hiểu câu hỏi chưa Danh? Hiểu câu trả lời chưa?
Đấy, trả lời con rồi đấy.
Nghĩa là cái năm thứ 2 thì trường đặt đâu con ngồi đấy nhá. Bởi vì là trường sẽ biết là dựa trên cái năng lực học của con, cũng như là cái với những cái gì mà trường đã nhận xét về con thì họ sẽ xếp con vào cái đơn vị thực tập phù hợp. Nhưng mà đến năm cuối thì mình là manager trainee ấy, cho nên là các đơn vị của khách sạn đến ấy, lớn, họ sẽ nói về đơn vị của họ và con sẽ apply. Tức là lúc đó thì con sẽ có quyền lựa chọn là con muốn apply vào đâu. Thế còn năm thứ hai thì trường sẽ bố trí. Còn năm thứ năm thì là con sẽ apply, nhưng mà apply dưới sự hỗ trợ của trường nhé, vì con buộc phải thực tập, chứ không phải theo kiểu optional, nghĩa là con thực tập cũng được không thực tập cũng được, mà con buộc phải thực tập. Cho nên là con sẽ có quyền được lựa chọn vào năm thứ năm. Thế còn năm thứ hai thì sẽ là trường bố trí. Thank you. Có ai có câu hỏi tiếp không ạ? Okay, Sarah.
Okay.
So I think that everything is very clear now. So
Yeah. And as I said, if there are any more questions, or if there are specific very individual inquiries, we're more than happy to look into them. So please do feel free to reach out to us. No problem at all.
yes. Nếu mà ai có câu hỏi tự dưng sau cái buổi này thì lại có tìm hiểu thêm hoặc là nghĩ ra câu hỏi mới, thì mọi người có thể liên hệ với cả bên SmartA. Bên SmartA sẽ liên hệ với cả trường để mà mọi người có thể có câu trả lời câu trả lời tốt nhất có thể và chi tiết nhất có thể. Và cảm ơn các anh, các chị và các bạn ngày hôm nay đã dành một buổi tối rất là đẹp trời ngày hôm nay để chia sẻ cùng với cả trường Shannon College, Đại học Galway và SmartA. Xin chúc mọi người một buổi tối tốt lành và chuẩn bị làm kỳ cuối tuần một kỳ tuần mới tốt lành. Thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. And thank you. I know it's late in Vietnam, so have a lovely evening, everyone, and I hope to see some of you in October.
Cô Sarah có hẹn gặp các anh, các chị và các bạn vào tháng 10, thì chúng em cũng xin nhắc lại luôn là sáng Chủ nhật ngày 6 tháng 10 tại khách sạn Melia, thì Education in Ireland cùng các trường đại học lớn của Ireland và SmartA tổ chức triển lãm du học Ireland. Đây là triển lãm, có thể coi như là triển lãm du học lớn về Ireland đầu tiên tại Hà Nội, và rất hy vọng có thể được gặp các anh và các chị và các bạn tại triển lãm du học Ireland vào sáng ngày 6 tháng 10 tại khách sạn Melia, và trường Shannon College cùng với cả Đại học Galway nữa sẽ có mặt ở trong các danh sách các trường đại học lớn nhất Ireland tham dự cái sự kiện này. Xin cảm ơn các anh chị và các bạn. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you very much. See you in October.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. See you soon. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.